Just a little joke.
Are you serious? Bro.
Just a little joke to break the ice.
Hey, to the college kids, no scholarship starting your semester. Unpacking your suitcases, filling up your dresser. Enjoy it while you got it, after that is God bless you. Life is your professor, know that bitch is gon' test you.
All right, man, welcome back to another episode of the Almost Dropouts. It's your boy Kai, with my co-host.
It's your boy, Akira, aka the Blade, aka the It's off.
For real? Over there? Do I need to twist it?
Are we running back?
No, it's cool.
Maybe we should do it again so I don't
We good?
smell like an idiot.
We good? You sure? All right, I
Oh,
ain't
that's
touching
still gonna be in there.
it. Y'all know who it is, man. It's Phil. We have a special guest, a familiar face. She's been on a couple of the episodes. If y'all really tuned in and y'all really sticked it through, who do we have with us today?
Hi, I'm Akira Jackson. I've been here a couple times. I'm kind of like, an alumni at this point.
She's been graduated.
Yeah.
That's real.
So, man, just seeing it from the social media aspect, you've been everywhere pushing this new film that you're in. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about what it's like being on the road like that?
So honestly, I haven't been to many of the screenings. We had our world premiere for a film I was in called It Ends at South by Southwest, this past South by Southwest.
Film festival, right?
A film festival. Well, okay, so that's the thing. People don't really know what South by Southwest is.
Yeah.
And if you look it up, it's still confusing. So there's music, tech, and then there's film and TV. Mm-hmm. And I guess like there's a comedy, like a stand-up comedy sector, but we went for film and TV. And like the headliner was The Last of Us, that show that's like coming out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we had our world premiere there. We had 3 different screenings, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been so long since we filmed the movie the first time around that it's basically like I was seeing it for the first time all over again, because every single time we filmed, we changed something. So the first time I started filming when I was 19, and I was extremely green. Like I didn't know anything. I had been acting for like maybe 5 years at that point, but this was like a real indie set. Mm-hmm. So we filmed it. It was pretty good. And then the second time we came back, my director Alex, his name is Alexander Ullum, he was like, we got to do it again. So he brought us back out for like maybe a week or so. Mm-hmm. And then after we did reshoots on that, we got picked up by a studio called Snoot. Shout out Keith and Jess. And then we went back to Florida and refilmed like 60% of the movie. So the director's cut is going to go absolutely insane. It's probably going to be like 8 hours long.
Sheesh.
Wait,
But,
so wait. So when I see it, mm-hmm. when I see it for the ticket that I bought, that's here, the screening here, mm-hmm. will that be the final version? Or
That's the
final version.
Yeah,
so there's no more
pencils
changes
down.
at that? Okay.
Yeah, there's no more changes. But I don't want to say that. But
because you don't know.
I can tell exactly how old I was in each like frame, because there's footage from all 3 filming productions, or just like stints of filming. So like I'm like, I'm 20 here, I'm 19 here, I was 21 there. And production didn't stop until I did ADR when I went to California, and I was 21. That was like in November, this past November. Yeah. So it's been a journey, but the buzz has been crazy.
Wait,
it's been awesome.
So how long have you been acting now?
I've been oh my gosh. I think I've been acting for 9 years now.
Oh, wow.
I'm almost a veteran.
Yeah.
I started when I was 12, 13.
That's a decade.
Yeah.
That's almost a decade.
What made you want to start acting?
Yeah, let's get into the origin story.
Man.
Let's talk about that. Like, where are you from, first of all?
Well, I was born in Mobile, Alabama.
Alabama.
I got people.
All right now. Okay.
I got people out there.
You got people in Mobile?
Yeah, Mobile, Birmingham. I got people.
That's crazy. I don't remember a single thing, because I moved when I was 3 years old, mm-hmm. and then we came to Georgia. I lived in Augusta. Do you guys know about Augusta? That's like where they do the Masters and like James Brown Arena.
Currently locked in.
Shout
out to Roy.
Nice. Shout out Roy.
No. Wait, who? Roy, he's a golfer.
Oh, shout out Roy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's having a great time.
No. He's at the top of the charts today.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Oh, the Masters is in like golf. When you said Masters, it didn't register with me.
That was like a degree like college?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what I thought. I thought like
It's
songs
like-
or something. Because you said masters, then it followed with James
Oh.
Brown. I'm like, damn, they master his songs there or something?
No, that's literally just all that Augusta is known for. It's just James Brown Arena, the Masters. Like, I'm pretty sure that's where most of the economy is like flowing through because they put so much money into it. And you know, like you have celebrities come from all over just to like come to this little golf tournament. My fault.
Yeah,
No shade to the Masters. We know we love y'all. But yeah, I was raised in Georgia and I moved to Atlanta, I think officially like maybe a year ago. I was back and forth. Okay. And now I'm up here for real.
Fairly new.
Yeah.
How's that transition?
Awesome. What do you like? I've been coming to Atlanta since I was a little girl, just off and on, because I have family up here. But I always knew that I wanted to make the jump because I've always knew that I wanted to be an actress. And you know, you watch Tyler Perry movies when you're younger, and you're like, that's where I need to be at.
Yeah.
Like I was so like fiending for a Tyler Perry role. I wanted to be in a Medea movie so bad.
A Medea movie specifically?
Yeah, because like China and McClain, she was in
Daddy's Little Girl.
Daddy's Little Girls.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite movie growing up.
For real?
So yeah.
Okay.
I can quote that like bro, is it Craig Robinson where he was like, Julia, you know I never make bro, if you know, you know. But
That was in Daddy's Little Girl?
yeah. Wasn't it?
I ain't
You
seen
talking about when he was he rapping to her?
He was rapping to her at the table.
At the table.
That had to be in Daddy's Little
I ain't seen it
Girls.
in a minute, so I can't take up for it. I don't know.
Whatever movie it was in, I was like, yeah, I really want to be an actress. And I've always been sort of like dramatic, I guess. Hey, you know? So my mom, when I said that I wanted to be an actress, I used to lie through my teeth. I think I mentioned this the last time I was on the podcast. I used to say that I wanted to be a cardiovascular surgeon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
So that
just
was a
thought
lie?
Of course
Okay.
it was. I just said whoever made the most money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I was 13 that I had my friend Sandy, shout out Sandy. She was like, yeah, I'm a photographer. Mind you, we're both like 12 at this point. And she was like, I'll take your headshots for you. So she took my headshots and I started auditioning for like short films, student
So the
films.
headshots were definitely good enough to...
No, they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I used them up until I was like 17.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That's real.
yeah.
You said you were what, 12, 13?
12, 13, yeah.
So who's backing you throughout the process of you like doing the auditions?
Script.
Honestly, my mother, like she was such a big support system for me. Like usually when you tell your family that you don't want to go into like a traditional career, they're like, "Oh, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Like are we serious?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm 100% serious." I was like, "I do not have a plan B." So when I was 13, I booked my first short film. More on that later. And then from then on, I was really going at it, and I didn't drop out, but I left public school because it's a lot to leave in the middle of class to be like, hey, I got to go to Miami for like 4 days and
That's some
film a
real
movie.
shit. I wish I could say that.
Oh,
overly-
shit.
I would stay in
you know what I
schools
mean?
just to brag about that.
That's player. I thought
I'm about to go to
my
Miami
motion
real
was
quick.
going to the doctor and coming back with Chick-fil-A or something.
See, and you
I
would
got
think
motion.
that.
Oh, bro. Bro, that was motion.
You
She
would
going
think
to Miami.
that. That would be better. That would be
Pulling up
better.
late to school or some shit.
You know, like I kept the drink in my hand just so people knew where I was at. But it got so bad because I wasn't doing my schoolwork. So I left public school, did online school, and it was awful. Like it was the worst time I've ever had in my life. Like I just cannot learn that way. So I begged my mom to let me go back to public school. And I did, and then boom, COVID hit. So now everybody's online. And I was like, well, at least we're all in this together. And we were able to band together and we graduated. And I gave myself like a gap year. I said, if I'm not where I want to be career-wise in a year's time, then I'm going to go back to school and study like business and marketing. So that when I'm
Kill the dreams.
No. Like I've always planned to go into entertainment. So I was like, if I study business and marketing, then I can learn how to market myself in my career. But then I booked It Ends, and I was like, well, I'm not going back now. So yeah.
So did you ever take acting classes?
No, I haven't.
So you just been, I was about to say free balling.
Well, yeah, in a way. I've been free balling. Now I did take a summer class at the YMCA. It was like a theater camp where we would like write scripts and we performed them on stage. I was more like enticed by the fact that I could write whatever I wanted on that paper and we just get up on stage and do it. I was like, I got that power. So we did this little play and like all the family members and like crew came out, and I think that might be one of the first moments that I kind of fell in love with like creative writing in a way. But I was like, I want somebody to record this. So I ended up kind of branching off into film. But I really do want to try theater one day, you know, kind of just branch out.
I had
a different ballgame.
I had a theater class back in my middle school days when I went to magnet school.
Okay.
It was terrible. I couldn't remember anything. I was just literally out there free balling, as we would say. I passed it though, but
props.
yeah, I don't know how y'all do it. Like having to like immerse yourself into a character to actually believe that this is me and this is who I am, this is how I act, and then to go out there and remember all the lines and just like the mental toll and the I don't know. It's
like it's a proper process. Now theater, like you said, Kai, is a whole different ball game. Like you learn it for like a week, maybe a month. Like you prepare all you can, and then it's live. Like you just got to keep going for it. But in film, there's no cuts. But in film, you get like 1, 2, 3, 4 takes. If you get to 5, you're doing something wrong. But yeah, like my process when I did the first round of shooting for It Ends, because I was so new, I was like, let me make my Spotify playlist and my Pinterest board. It was very surface level. Yeah. And then by round 3 of shooting, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Noah Toth.
Shout out to Noah.
Shout out Noah. He is so incredibly like determined and thorough whenever he takes on a role. Like he kept a journal for his character, and like I didn't read any of it, but I was just like, he's like really in it, and it made me think I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Something terribly wrong has happened. Like I have my Spotify playlist, but like throughout the years of us filming, I started like annotating my scripts and really like developing my character process, and I feel like it made me a million times better. Like I say all the time, I truly learned how to act on this project.
Yeah.
And to keep coming back like every year was really beneficial, because we not only got to watch the different cuts of the movie, like the rough drafts, and be like, okay, next time I don't want to do this, next time I don't want to do that, and that was really helpful. But yeah, the process, it to each its own. Yeah. It's very different for everybody.
Now, I know you said that when you were in school, like you would have to leave some days or like you have to go out of state. Now, was this coming out of your pocket, or are the people paying for you?
So I feel like this is a lot the same like when you do freelance work. Like when you first start acting, sometimes you're gonna have to bite the bullet just so you can get experience. But for student films, they would offer to like pay for your gas. Like it was only ever in Florida. Like we weren't traveling to like LA or New York to do anything. It was very southeast. So we would just drive back and forth to Florida. We'd be in Atlanta a lot, and they'd like comp gas. But once I got paid, like proper paid for my first short film, my mom was like,
turn.
Well, right? She was like, well, you not doing nothing for free anymore. And I don't know. It's just like the money is cool, whatever, but I just felt more official. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was building my resume, and I felt like I was really doing something. And to have my mom's support was like the biggest like thumbs up for me.
Yeah, but it takes that dedication to keep going though.
Facts.
Because if you didn't have it in you, or if your mom didn't see it in you, then I'm sure she probably wouldn't have put as much effort into it as you did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like she ended up being able to go into business for herself, which was really beneficial because she could just drive me back and forth. But that's still such a huge commitment.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? So shout out to my mama. Love you, girl.
Shout out to my dudes.
Yeah.
For real. No, that's dope. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So recently, I just want your intake on some things, you know.
Okay.
Professional actress in the building. Recently, I had to step up and fill like a role for my class project. And like they told me like day of, like, hey, we need you to play this character.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, cool.
Cold read.
So in the car on the way to the location, I'm reading the script, right? So I have my lines down pat.
Yeah.
But as far as like acting, how do you go into allowing your character to develop on screen? Like not trying to get your character all in one once you read the script, but allowing that character to develop. Like,
so for something like what you had to do, it's like we call it like a cold read. Usually in like an audition process, they'll give you the script once you get to the audition room, and you just gotta freak it right then and there.
Yeah.
But I
Crazy pressure on bro.
exactly. But it's kind of like liberating in a way, because it really like it makes you use like your actor chops. You know what I mean? But I say you just gotta put yourself in there and like try to make it as personal to you as you possibly can. Like, say the scene is like you're at a birthday party, right? And it's like your long lost love. Like she invited you to the party. You gotta be like, now what would Kai do in this situation? Would he be happy to be here? And it's completely up to you how you play the character. You know what I mean? You can literally make it your own, and then if the director's like, we want to see it in a different version, then you can just like be directed and adjust to how they want it. But I say the biggest thing that I've learned is not go big or go home, but commit. Because if like you don't believe what you're saying, the audience isn't gonna believe it either. Like you can fake tears all you want, but if you do not believe it, at least for me, when I'm watching myself on screen, or if I'm doing a take and like, yeah, there's tears coming out. Not to toot my pickle, but like I can cry on command. I can cry on command, but if I don't feel it, I'm like, guys, I don't want it. Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I have to really, really, really just like put myself into it. And sometimes you do have to go to like pretty dark places in terms of like more emotional stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever you need to do to get that emotion out, I say use it, but be able to separate it once they yell cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't, then that's like diving kind of into like method acting. I know you've probably heard of like Jared Leto or like Heath Ledger. They're pretty big like method actors. They live as the character for like months at a time before they start shooting, just so they can like fully immerse themselves. I don't do that. I feel like I'd be in a padded room somewhere.
Don't that make
Yeah.
that would have to make you crazy, because then you got to believe exactly what that character would believe.
Exactly.
Sometimes characters aren't rational at all.
Especially somebody like the Joker. Like Heath Ledger, props to him. He kept a journal as well. I just recently saw that, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it makes for a really, really, really great performance, but other times it's not really necessary. Yeah. So I think just to each its own.
Do you think method acting is what kind of keeps an actor confined to the role that they play? Because doing method acting can go for like such a great performance that it's like, I can't see you as nothing less or nothing other than the Joker. Like,
that's actually really interesting, because I believe Austin Butler, he's just like the first person that came to my mind. He's a great actor. Yeah. But when he played Elvis, he like had to change his dialect. He changed like the way he spoke. And he was so into the character that like even after he stopped filming, like maybe like years after, I don't really know the timeline of production, but he still sounded like Elvis. And everybody was like, ew, what is he doing? I'm like, do y'all not realize that man had to live as Elvis for like a year and a half, 2 years, however long production was? Like he was locked in. So I think it is.
I want to put myself through that.
I think it'd be really interesting. I haven't had a role where I've had to be too different from Akira, because like my take or like my process involves like, how would Akira do this unless it's just completely different? Like if I'm playing like a murder or something, I don't know anything about that, so I'd of course like have to do my research. But you know, like I don't know. It just have to be something completely different for me. But I haven't had to go method just yet.
Has there ever been a time on set where it was something that you didn't like necessarily want to do or say, so you had to?
Ooh.
Like how is that? Because I know some people are very shy and timid. They don't want to speak out against because they feel like it's wrong because it's how they want it. So I want to do how they want it to be. Like,
I have to use it ends because that's like that's where I learned basically everything I know. My director Alex was very collaborative. Like he would be rewriting the script like almost after every rehearsal.
Jeez.
So it gave us like room to play around and improv and do stuff like that. But there was one particular instance where we have to scream, like we have to freak out.
Yeah.
And the first round of shooting, I was like, okay, all I gotta do is scream. Like, that's fine. So we do the take, and Alex is like, like, I need more. He was like, this ain't it. He was like, I need more from you. I was like, I'll scream louder. And then he pulled me aside. He was like, Akira, like, if you were trapped in a in a confined space for so long and like you're tired of everybody in here. Like, how would you release that? I said I would go into the woods where nobody can see me and then I'd scream. And he was like, well, you have to show me what that would be right here. And it was so hard for me because I was still like trying to, it was hard for me to be vulnerable like that.
Yeah.
And then by the third round of shooting, I looked like a freak. I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna scream.
And that's what he wanted.
And that's what he wanted. He just wanted it to be very vulnerable. But that was one instance where I was just like I straight up was like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And that took a lot out of me. Like I was crying. I was like, I truly cannot do this. But because he was so collaborative and like understanding, he used that take, and he was like, yeah, we got it, just so like I wouldn't feel bad. Shout out Alex. But like
Shout out to Alex.
further on throughout time, he was like, yeah, so we're gonna have to do the scream again. We're gonna have to do it again.
Yeah.
And then by that time, I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's dope. Are there things that you do, or no, okay, let me ask this. What are things that you do to keep your mental capacity, like, or keep your mental in a level-headed space?
Yeah,
Because I know things could get very hectic
Yeah.
and difficult.
Literally-
with so many people and having to go through so many emotions and
prayer and meditation. Like God is that's my lifeline. That's my source. Like whenever stuff gets super duper crazy, I'm just like, I need a second to chill and kind of just like process whatever I'm going through. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the type of person to kind of like I can express my emotions very easily. And like, if you want to know something about me, just ask me and I'll tell you. But I'm not a very put it out there type of person in terms of like vulnerability. So I internalize a lot of stuff and I end up just like praying about it. So whenever I'm like upset or I feel like I've just been going, I'll take a moment, I'll pray, I'll meditate, and then go on about my day. And it's almost like magic. Like it every time without fail.
hey man,
It's
shout
like
out to God.
Shout out to God.
He really be picking up the weight off the shoulders so you can walk.
You know,
you know
shout out Jesus.
Shout out to God.
We love.
Yeah, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
So you said Alex wrote and directed?
Yeah, Alexander Ullum, he wrote and directed It Ends, and this is like his directorial debut too. So it's like the beauty of indie filmmaking is that everybody is so passionate. Like everybody wants to be there. Yeah. So just like we lived in the house together at one point or another, and we were just all able to become so close. And I think that was one of like the real positives of being on this set. I was able to see every aspect of filmmaking, like down to sometimes even financing, like which is not like usually supposed to happen, but like it was so interesting to me because I don't know, they were just very open and very communicative about everything that was happening, and I just felt like more a part of the process, because usually when you do a project, you're just the actor, and they kind of treat you like a baby because you're definitely like a liability. Yeah, like you think it's kind of obnoxious seeing people like hold umbrellas for their actors or being like, no, I'll go get the water for you. If you trip and break your leg on the way to the snack table, they got to stop production. So I really appreciated just being in the know on stuff. Like it was super cool to be able to see that aspect of production.
Would you say it's easier making friends on set, or
Yeah.
how is that chemistry off of camera?
Oh,
How important is that?
dude, like, again, because we filmed for like 3 years, the first time we met each other, like me, Noah, and Alex, like we hit it off like clockwork. Like we were so tight. And then by the time we were in the third round of shooting, everybody just felt like because I never had the college experience, and I was 19. I was the youngest one there, mind you. Yeah. So by the third round of shooting, we're all friends. I'm like, yeah, we went to school together. Never went to school together. I consider myself like an FSU, like honorary alumni, just because, you know, like everybody on the set was pretty affiliated with Florida State. But like that was my college experience. So those are like my lifelong friends now. And I think that, to answer your question, making friends on set is a lot easier because like they understand what you're going through. You kind of like trauma bond in a way, and I'm gonna make a friend wherever I go, but I feel like making friends with actors is just it's just a lot more fun because they know what you're going through. They know your schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
They're
dope.
going through it with you.
They're going
Most
through it
of the
with you.
time.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, would you ever go to school? Or no? You're just hanging it up.
That experience is something different. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. In the wise words of Jaden Smith, never say never. But I don't know. I just don't know what I would go to school. Probably business and marketing, like maybe further down the line. But I don't see the value of going to school for acting for me, just because I feel like
You in the field. No.
yeah, I'm getting field
yeah,
experience. This is the best way to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think I would go to school for acting, but maybe for business and marketing, or maybe for directing, because that's something I don't know how to do. So I would want to do something that I'm not really knowledgeable, or something I can't YouTube university.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time and effort.
That it is. But like you said, though, the best experience is in the field.
Exactly.
That's the best way to learn. So I think you should just
Exactly.
get out there with the directing thing.
Really?
Yeah, start like short films or maybe just directing photography.
Yeah, I'm dibbling and dabbling, not in really like directing, but I'm really interested in like producing and wardrobe. Like if I wasn't an actor, I would definitely be like a producer or like wardrobe set design. So I've been getting with some of my friends, and we may or may not be cultivating a little project right now.
Oh.
That's
We'll wait on it.
that's some tea
We'll wait
Hello.
on it.
for you. But yeah, it's been a really good process. Like the people I'm working with, they're my buddies, and they are very industry standard. So I think this is the perfect set to kind of shadow them and, see what's the proper, way of doing things, so that when I'm on bigger sets or I move on to bigger things, I'll be like a pro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you have like a little bit of wardrobe freedom on set, or
Like when I do wardrobe, or when I'm like in other movies?
when you're in other movies?
When I'm in other movies, if I don't, I beg. Like I love fashion. I love it down. Like, and I'm always the one that ends up being friends with the wardrobe and like costume designers,
So
just
you get
because
what you want.
not so I can get what I want, but just like that's what I love. Like especially a period piece. Like when I did the Off Brands, I know you weren't able to make it. That's all right.
Yeah, I tried.
But it was technically a period piece. It was based in 2000, like the early 2000s, I believe 2004. So they were able to use some of my sourced vintage pieces for the movie.
That's dope.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm supposed to be back here in the costume department. It was really cool. But on other sets, I kind of just make it a point to be like, hey, maybe she'd wear a flannel here, or maybe she'd have a belt on. And if they say no, I respect it, girl. I respect it. This is your field, but I'm always gonna try to have my little input. Fun fact though, this ring right here, my grandmother gave to me, and it's been in every movie I've ever done. They never tell me to take it off.
That's real.
Oh,
So far.
what's up?
So far,
That's not
yeah.
easy.
So if you ever see any movies that I'm in, look for, I didn't mean to flip the camera off, but look for this flower diamond.
So as far as the off brands, do you know when that'll be like available for
Child.
like me to see? 'Cause I really
I
still
don't
want to see
know.
it.
No, well, you can watch the documentary. It's on YouTube right now. It should be under Shayla Raquel Productions.
Okay.
But yeah, the documentary is out. The Off Brands, the proof of concept, because that's what we filmed. A proof of concept. Well, you know what a proof of concept is.
Yeah, I do. What's a proof of concept, bro? You know what a proof of concept is?
What happened?
Right. So for those who don't
Explain it
know,
for those who don't
Yeah,
know.
who don't know.
right? Because we all know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A proof of concept is basically like a short form of a feature-length script, which is like a full-length movie, like usually an hour and 30 minutes. And it's basically what you use to sell the idea of the full thing. It's
To a
basically to help
production company
to a
so
production
they can pick
company
it up,
so they can pick it
fund
up
it.
and fund it. Correct,
See?
correct. See, yeah. Now they understand.
I just didn't know the term.
Yeah, but you're familiar with it. So yeah, Off Brands was a proof of concept. So now we're just in the film festival circuit trying to get distribution and just people interested. As many people that can
that's
see
what that's
it.
for.
That's what that's for.
I would have thought that the film festival circuit was to show the movie, put it out there. I didn't know
Yeah,
that you
it's-
could do
it's
the
a little
proof
bit of
concept
both.
there.
Of course, yeah. But you got to call it a short film.
Okay.
But we know it's a proof of concept. So it's to get buzz. It's to get like people just basically interested in the movie. But everybody goes to film festivals, including distributors and other people who could possibly fund the thing. So, you know, it's good to have them out there for sure.
Yeah.
Or just like eyes on the project.
I know watching the off-brands, if I go watch the documentary, it's just going to make me even more eager to see
Oh,
the
it's
full
so
project.
good.
I think I could settle for the proof of concept, though.
Yeah.
I think I could settle for it.
And then prayerfully, you'll be seeing a full-length feature for the off-brands in due time.
Hello.
I have another question. So,
Shoot.
with the field that we're in, schedules can be very busy.
Ooh.
And that takes away a lot of outside communication because you have to focus on honing on certain things.
Yeah.
How difficult is it, like, keeping up with everyone that's outside of your workspace? Whether it be friendships, relationships,
That's
family
a good
members.
question.
That's a amazing question, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to me when I say this. It's so freaking hard. Like, it is so freaking hard. Even if you have a manager, like, that's the ideal situation. They can kind of help you navigate communication, not between family members, but just like business, so that you have more time to focus on your personal life or just literally anything else. But if you don't have a manager, it's like, it's a lot. Like, your calendar is going to be your best friend. You got to keep a schedule. You have to, like, schedule out time to text people or talk to your friends or FaceTime. I'm dead serious.
I ain't made it that part yet.
That's deep.
That's
deep.
Like, I be busy, but I ain't scheduled out no time to text nobody.
But it's like,
That's deep.
ultimately it's a blessing to be able to have a
of
schedule
course.
that busy. And I love to work, but I believe it's important to cultivate those like friendships or just relationships, period, because those are the people who help you stay grounded when you're so daggone busy.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to my friends, my family, my boyfriend. Like, they holding it down.
That's real.
That's real.
I remember making a calendar one time. I'm just going there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this at that time, do this at that time. I made one for like a week's time span. Then I looked at it. I'm like, damn, where I'm going to sleep?
Literally, you have to sleep sometimes by the hour. And when I think about it, I'm like, okay, if I move this here, then I can sleep for 2 hours, but maybe I can turn that to 2 hours and 5 minutes if I don't do this. Like, it's a lot of that, but ultimately, I'm happy to be here.
That's real.
That's dope. You gotta have some real understanding people in your corner as well.
Oh, for sure. That's why it's beneficial to have friends in the industry, because they're like, you want to get coffee? You're like, no, I'm not going to be here next week. They're like, oh, word. Well, we'll meet up when you get back.
Yeah,
but like, for my friends back home, they'll be like, Akira, when are you coming back to town? They don't know I moved to Atlanta. That's the crazy part.
Oh,
So
damn.
it's, you know,
Shit.
they'll be like, when are you coming back to town? And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow, but I will let you know as soon as I figure that out. Oh, I dropped my ring, but it's all right. Thank you.
No, that's
Thank you.
crazy.
How they don't know you moved to Atlanta?
People think I live in New York because I'm always up there.
I can see that.
Yeah,
And I like that.
too.
I can understand that.
They don't know where I'm at. Do they need to know? I don't know.
The life of being mysterious and spontaneous.
Yeah, I
Would you
couldn't be
ever move to New
mysterious if I tried, bro. Huh?
Would you ever move to New York? Would you
like
ever move to New York? I feel like I'm saying that fast.
No, I understand. Maybe for like a year. I believe Atlanta is the perfect speed for me, but New York is amazing. Like, the energy there is just so insane that I'd do it for at least a year. But Atlanta's my home.
I don't know if I would do New York, but I know I want to live somewhere in the north for
In the
about
north?
a year.
Maybe like Colorado?
I was thinking like Oregon or something.
Or-
Go to for graduate school, just go there, just to be a little
Oregon's
bit more
fire.
mysterious, add a little bit more aura.
What about Canada?
That or
Nah,
they gonna come back with
Not
fishing
Canada?
badges, agricultural
Wait, have you
badges.
been?
I haven't been to Canada. I want to go so bad. Not Toronto. I want to go to like the French area, like Quebec.
Oh,
Montreal.
You know,
okay,
Montreal.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I do want to just live in the north for about a year. I don't think I could see myself being there for the rest
Full
of
term?
Yeah, but I would just go just to experience it because I've been in the South my entire life.
You've never lived anywhere else?
I've been Mississippi, Texas, and Georgia.
South, yeah.
Yeah, South.
Boy,
Yeah.
Southern
If
raised.
y'all could live anywhere in the world where money is not like an issue, where would y'all pick?
I'd be in Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
Italy?
Mm-hmm.
What part of Italy? Like the countryside? Like the
Probably
coast?
the countryside.
Countryside?
I'd probably be on the countryside.
Be stopping grapes?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be on the countryside. I see images and I'm like, bro, this is
It's beautiful.
Like
It's
this
beautiful.
I could literally see myself just relaxing, chillaxing,
Yeah.
having cattle and just. I could do that. I would definitely be.
That's the dream.
Italy.
What about you?
He's
He's like,
Probably like Egypt.
wow.
Damn, why he just smack his lips?
No, I'm not. I'm
You
just,
don't believe?
no, I'm just. Why? Like why? Why? You
Like either Egypt or
Dubai?
Mali.
Wow.
Nah, somewhere in Africa. I'd definitely go back to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, if money wasn't the issue.
Are you African? Are you?
No.
No? You just want to go?
I almost lied.
You gonna say yeah?
Yeah, I was about to say yeah. I be telling people I'm African. They be like it was this dude in the flea market, and he was African. And he was like, yeah, man, you Americans, man. I was like, damn, American, I'm African.
American? What are you talking about?
He was like, you
What
African?
you talking about?
I was like, yeah, I'm African. He was like, where from? I was like, Mali. Like, no.
No.
I was like, yeah, man, I'm from Mali. He was like, for real? And then he was convinced by it. I be telling everybody I'm from Mali though, because somebody told me I look like I'd be from Mali. So
I've heard of Somalia, but not Mali.
yeah, Mali, Timbuktu.
Do you
Go
know
out there.
Timbuktu?
Yeah, it's like a university. It sounds like some shit somebody just made up, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
That literally is what they'd be like from here to Timbuktu because it's like supposedly not a real place.
Nah, Timbuktu is a university. Well, it was a
Wow.
university
Are you
or a
playing
library.
with me?
I'm dead ass.
Oh,
It was a place of learning in Africa.
shout out Timbuktu.
Facts. No, where would you live?
If money was no option, Japan.
Japan.
I would live in Japan.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, but not like Tokyo. I'd be somewhere near like Mount Fuji.
I don't know.
Like
It
I'd be
sound
like,
dope, though. It
I'd
sound
probably live like on the
Sound cool.
countryside. I just think like the countryside is cool, or like maybe somewhere near the beach, like Okinawa. I think that'd be really cool. But if not Japan, then maybe Korea. Just if I like had like mad funds.
Yeah.
I'm actually planning to do like an Asia tour where I go, because it's really expensive to go from here to Korea. So I go from here to Japan, spend like 2 weeks there, and then from Japan to Korea, and then come back. Yeah.
That's the type of lifestyle.
Because it's like a now
playground.
mind you,
What was a playground?
the funds are not there yet.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as soon as we figure that out, I will be doing.
Yeah, no. It's on the way. No.
It's on the way.
That's
It's on the
amazing.
way.
That's how I want to live. Just, I don't necessarily have to be the richest person in the world, but as long as I have enough money to just go wherever I want to and
Yeah,
do whatever
that's
I
the
want to do
dream.
at my own will, like that's the life for me.
Stability is the goal. Stability, because that means like your home life is functioning, you like it, you're comfortable, and then if you must leave, like if you want to leave, like you can take a little
Then
trip
you're
to
able to.
Japan
Yeah.
for a little bit.
That's dope.
I think that's my order of. That's what my order is first. I got to get into a house
Yeah.
stable, then travel.
Yeah, now some people, they're just travel bugs and like they like that nomadic lifestyle, but I'm like, I need to have roots somewhere because
I get lost.
facts, and I'm always going to miss my bed forever. Like, even if like I'm just always gonna miss it. You know what I mean? Like I miss being somewhere grounded because for a while, like while I was trying to be stable here in Atlanta, I was just from like, because I have a bunch of family up here, I was just from like house to house to house, and it was not for me. Like I need somewhere where I can call home for a long period of time and just like feel comfortable, because that moving around, it gets so old after a while. Like I love traveling, especially for
drains
work,
you.
but
Yeah.
that part.
Nah, facts.
That part.
People be getting sick from eating too much
Yeah.
everything, and
Or the air
honestly,
changing.
I wanted to do I wanted to do a lot of my traveling like through the process of me getting married. Like I didn't necessarily want to have a wedding. I would rather
Rather
travel with my significant other.
That's a good idea.
Weddings already cost a lot of money, so why not use
Yeah.
that money
When I
and
say
just
it.
travel around the world and
Yeah.
You say when you say what? What'd you say?
I'm saying that, but when I say something like that, it's all hell break loose.
What
now
you mean?
I see
Especially
both.
if Nia was here.
I see
Oh.
both sides. I'm gonna have a wedding regardless. But I would like if you have to choose between like a house and a wedding, I'm gonna get that house. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
After the
makes
wedding,
sense.
we can go to the courthouse, but
You
in
got a
terms
wedding
of
at the back in
traveling,
the backyard.
exactly. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy if I had to choose, but the goal is to be able to have both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely.
No, that's
Now I seen a clip online. It was actors in conversation, and a question was asked. It was something about actors lying for a living, right? Because they gotta play different roles. Like, they gotta be who they're not. And then he was like, "No, actors don't lie for a living. They tell the truth." It was something weird.
Perform?
No, it was something weird, but it made so much sense. It was like, we tell the truth. Ah, fuck, I forgot.
I
crazy.
kind of get where you coming from though. Like,
But being an actor, how does that play out in the relationship that you have, like friendships and everything? Like, do you play a role when it comes to that?
I'm not gonna lie. For a while, like when I was a child, I'm gonna be straight up, I was a pathological liar. And most kids are. I don't know why I did it. Like, my mom would be like, "Did you have breakfast?" I'd be like, "No, I did not." Knowing good and well I had like 3 Pop-Tarts and a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I can lie. I can do whatever I want. But after a while, that gets annoying. So I made it a point. Like, my mom was just so fed up. I made it a point. I was like, I'm done lying. Like, I'm just done with it.
What age did you reach that? Why she say 18?
I was like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was like 11,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
maybe like 10 or 11. It was crazy for a minute, but like I realized how annoying it is to get lied to, and like I hate when people lie to me
Yeah.
because I can always tell, and if I don't figure it out in the moment, God gonna tell me.
Yeah.
And if I find out that you're lying, I'm like, we could have just talked about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did you lie? But in terms of performing for people, because I pride myself on being myself, but sometimes you gotta put it on. You gotta put it on, because not everybody is supposed to have
Access to you.
that access to you, that vulnerability, because you don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, especially in this industry, when you're meeting a million people like, all the time, like, that type of energy to be that vulnerable is reserved for your circle and your circle only. Like, you can be honest without being vulnerable. I learned that recently. But, you know, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you can be honest without being vulnerable. You don't have to spill your guts, but you can tell the truth.
Yeah, it could just be surface
Yeah.
level things, surface level
Yeah.
conversations. It doesn't necessarily have to have serious depth
Yeah.
to it, but it doesn't have to be a facade either.
Exactly. Like, because I feel like a
good.
relationship.
I'm sorry.
Oh Lord,
They over there fighting.
I don't know what they got going on.
Now, is that Prince or Royal?
That's Royal.
No.
That's his nephew. Well, maybe they'll simmer down now. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
Somebody gets hit.
Hug each other. Act like you love each other.
You say you been what? What'd you say?
But they don't even value that dollar yet.
I was about to
bro.
say, do they know what that is?
And shit, nowadays a dollar ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right? Can't even get no Happy Meal no more.
Hell no, you get a piece of gum with $1.
Can you even get a piece of gum?
Yeah, no.
It's rough out here, yo.
I don't know. It's crazy. But,
What was I saying though?
Performing.
Performing, yeah. I've learned recently that like you can be vulnerable, like, you can be honest without being vulnerable. Like, because I believe that every relationship, if you want it to last, it has to be built on some sort of like truth and or like trust.
Foundation.
But right off the bat, you don't need to know everything about me. I don't believe that.
How is it meeting people like that? I'm sure it's a lot of people that just like, I'm not gonna say like, it's not love bombing, but just like they just throw their whole personality at you as soon as you meet them. Like, it's like everything about them.
So I love talking to people. I feel like it's a survival instinct of mine. Like, I have to make a friend.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been blessed with a chameleon-like personality because I like a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Like, back in school, I used to talk to the kids that were like the anime nerds, like the people who drew, people who wore tails, ate their textbooks, the jocks, you know, like the whole shebang. But I don't know. In terms of personality, I don't think I'm an extrovert. I like to call it like spicy shy. Like I love talking to people, but I don't recharge with other people. I need to be by myself or with somebody that I feel like I can be be myself around. Yeah. So in terms of like I'll just use Fashion Week for an example. Like after doing something like that, I need to come back home and be alone for like maybe 3 or 4 days just because it takes so much energy out of you to just meet people. And like your discernment's trying to be like, does this person actually want to be my friend? Because I love making friends. Like I consider networking like making friends, especially here in Atlanta. I feel like the industry is so like, you're going to call your friends first if you want something done. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I try to make friends wherever I go, but it's mad work. I won't lie. So when you find people that you vibe with, their personalities meld with yours pretty well, I'm like, okay, this is fine. But when you meet maybe 2 or 3 that are just like, I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I'll be on my way. But yeah, I
like spicy shot. I think I'm spicy shot too.
Okay. Yeah. I see that.
You spicy shot, brother?
Nah, I'm really no. I'm really an introvert, but I
like
do
the full blown.
Yeah, nah, not full blown.
Not all the time.
Like you said, I have like a chameleon personality. Like it just depends, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm spicy. I don't know.
Well, it's a spectrum. I feel like in terms of like extroverts over here, introverts over here. I think I'm like dead in the middle. And it depends on like how I wake up that day. If I'm like, all right, let's party, and if I'm like, let's maybe stay inside.
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit more on the.
On this side?
Yeah, because it's like, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people I'm cool with or whatever, but I probably only talk to like 3 or 4 people every day.
Exactly, but that's how it should be. Like, you have a bunch of friends, but your circle is small. Those are people that you can recharge with.
I hope people don't like blame me for it, like not reaching out as often. Like he reaches out to a lot of people. Like he talks to a lot of people. And I'm like, I don't know, not like that, not like that. No,
He's
not like
be
that.
like, you get around.
No. I just try to make sure I keep up, like call like once a month, just hear people's voice, make sure they are.
I try.
People be going through shit while they working. I know, but I go through shit.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. It's with me. It's just like I'm just in my bubble. Like I see you when I see you. It's all love. I hope everything's all right. Yeah. You know, I can't necessarily say I'm going to reach out here and there, but when I see you, it's love, and I'm going to check on you then. But like, I don't know. Maybe I need to change that.
I feel like you definitely should find like a healthy balance, like just whatever works for you, because some people, and I feel like we should normalize like just being more straight up. Yeah. Even me, myself, like if I don't want to hang out or I'm not feeling it, you know what I mean? No. If I don't want to hang out or I'm not feeling it, I will call that person just because I'm like, I don't want them to like hate me, but I'll be like shocked if they're super understanding. I'll be like, hey, I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather. Maybe we can like reschedule this, rather than like forcing myself to hang out with somebody. I feel like it's the same thing with communication. Yeah. Like you're just going to be like, this is an obligation. How are you? Okay. And then you go on about your month. So I think it should be a good balance between both, because you, like you said, you never know what people are dealing with. And I think it is important to check up on the people, especially if they check up on you. That's like, that should be a priority in your life, but don't overexhaust yourself to worry about other people, especially if they're not going to do it for you.
That's true.
I don't think that should be like a thing.
That's true.
What are some things you like to do in your free time?
Sleep, hang out with my man.
That's for real.
Look at clothes and sleep and hang out with my friends. Yeah.
Speaking of clothes, how often would you say you travel around you travel very frequently, don't you?
There was one point where I was living out of a single Samsonite suitcase for like maybe 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how was shopping? Like, what are some of the best places to shop? Like, I know New York got it. I know New York got some things.
New York down. Like, I love vintage shopping, but I'm an online shopper. Like, I love Poshmark. I love Mercari. I love Vinted. Like, it's just easier that way. And also on Poshmark, it's a lot of like older ladies trying to get rid of their like daughter's stuff from college or even their stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, you want this? And I'm like, can I have it for $4? Even if I know it's like worth $30. And I think that's the beauty of thrifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even, I'm not trying to resell stuff. I just like a good deal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm
Like
definitely an
a-
online shopper.
But have you been on
$30,
Facebook
$4 markdown.
You know,
great deal.
That discount.
Have you been on Facebook Marketplace?
I love Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, cool.
All the
I mean,
real
okay,
ones
too.
know about Facebook Marketplace.
I think I was obsessed for a little bit because my dream was to get a Volkswagen Beetle convertible. And Facebook Marketplace was my best friend. I found one, and then somebody else bought it. It wasn't meant to be, but it's all right.
It's
on
got
the way
so bad on Facebook Marketplace for me. I'm looking for buildings. I'm trying to catch a deal on a nice little
Bro,
building.
you better off going to Temu, bro, and getting a house off there for like $30.
I didn't know Temu pretty reputable though. I know.
I'm scared of them.
I am too.
Wait, y'all
but I know
bought
a guy.
something Temu before?
I know a guy who did. I think he bought some ND filters off Temu, and he said it was
Whoa.
smooth.
Really?
Yeah, my boy Kenny. Shout out my boy Kenny.
Shout out Kenny, bro. Maybe you can buy it for us
Bro.
and then just like hand it over. But no, I'm scared of
I
Temu.
don't know about that. I be on Facebook Market looking for garage sales. That's really what
Estate sales are where it's
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Especially if you want like furniture, like especially around here, like an estate sale is the best
Bingo.
spot to be.
That's where you got to go to get that. Hello.
Hello,
That boy
You
getting
going to
that
Atlanta
sauce.
Market this year?
me?
Yeah.
I'm planning on it.
Okay.
I'm planning on it. Yeah, I already bought my ticket, so
Oh wow.
But the way her schedule is, bro,
that's what
she don't,
I'm
you know what I'm
saying, bro. Like,
She don't know if
Wait,
she gonna be
It's
here.
instances like that. Like you buy your ticket for someplace and your schedule just gets so hectic that you can't even go to.
Yep.
Oh nah.
And then I end up, but it's like you kind of have to do that. Like if somebody, you gotta make time all the time. If somebody's like, "Do you want to hang out next month?" I'm gonna be like, "What day?" And then if there's nothing on the calendar already, I have to hard lock it, or I'll be like, "We'll see." It's a lot of that, and I know it gets annoying, but I cannot promise. Like, because you will be locked into another obligation that you forget you had.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, well, sorry, we actually can't go to your wedding today. We'll have to, you know.
The wedding?
You know, it's a lot of that, but you make time for the people you love, and I try to do that.
Facts.
So
What was your thought process seeing us at Atlanta Strip Market for the first time?
I thought y'all were mad cool, and I saw like the
Like just walking up and seeing the TV and
the TV, and it was the picture day thing, like the backdrop, because I've seen the senior photos. I was like, I need me one of those. And then Kai came up to me and I was like, yes, I would love to do it. And then y'all asked me to do the podcast and I freaked out, and that's why I'm still here. I thought y'all were super cool.
Dang, I appreciate it. That's dope. I don't know. I just want to see the first impression because, as we stated, we're going back again, and you know we may or may not make a few changes, and I just wanted to.
It seemed like y'all get bigger and bigger every year. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
already talked about the changes, bro.
Really?
You told who?
Yeah, I talked about the changes. Like,
Yeah.
what we trying to do.
Oh, okay,
More
okay,
immersive.
okay.
Y'all should do like on the street interviews, like to the people who are waiting in line for like
yeah.
9 hours. Yeah.
Gotta
You
write
said
that down.
nah.
No. That makes sense.
Yeah, no. Write that down.
It's
We gotta-
always a long ass
Write
line.
that down. Write that down.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a long line. No. We damn.
Or you could do like a follow me around type thing, because I'm sure people are interested in y'all's process for Atlanta Streetwear Market, like what it takes to set it up, how long y'all are there for, that type of thing.
Okay.
I think that can be cool.
That's noted.
Noted.
Noted. That's
Noted.
definitely Noted.
Noted. Writing that down. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. All right. So, what are some things we can look for in the future? Come on.
So in the future, my film It Ends is going to be screening at Atlanta Film Festival May 2nd at the Plaza Theater.
I got
We're
my
going to
ticket. You
be-
should go get yours.
Get your tickets. You can find tickets on the Atlanta Film Festival website. Again, it's May 2nd at 8:30 p.m. We're going to be in the LaFont Auditorium. There's a lot of seats in there, so we're trying to fill it up and pop out for your girl.
Yeah.
You can also find me on Instagram and everywhere else at I'm Akira J. I am Akira J.
Wait. So, if somebody wants to work with you, do they have to reach your management, or do they just come directly to you? Or
You're going to have to talk to my manager.
That's real though.
That's your question.
No, I was like, how is the process of that? Because I know you'd want to get somebody that is you feel like is a fairly good person,
Oh, yeah.
straightforward person, and somebody who's about their business and has the knowledge. But then again, I know percentages and you know a lot of that can get tricky.
And they got good communication skills.
Yeah,
I'll make
facts.
this short just because, like, I'm able to fully talk about it now. I've been dealing with this since I came back from South by. It's been meeting after meeting after meeting. And it got to a point where I was like, I need a manager to help me manage these management meetings, which is like a blessing. But ultimately, it's got to be somebody you vibe with, somebody you feel is going to really put in the work for you, and somebody who is there for the long run. Like, you don't want somebody, like, you'd be like, you got motion twin. I want to hop on it right now. Like, no.
Know that might not always be a friend, by the way.
Exactly. You want to be a friend to your manager. A manager is somebody who's supposed to hold your hand in this industry. They're supposed to be like the wall that blocks the outside from you so that you can focus on yourself and the things that you like and just becoming a better actor. Also, your management, even like your agency, they are supposed to work for you.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So, like, you got to find somebody that, one, respects you, respects your vision for your career, and somebody that you feel like you can trust because they're supposed to take care of you. And I've been learning a lot of that recently. So,
facts. That's real.
Yeah.
Well, take notes.
This film,
Take
it
notes.
ends.
It ends.
Can you give us a synopsis about what it's about?
Yeah, so 4 kids, post-grad, we're leaving college, and we get stuck on an endless road. And some crazy stuff happens. But you got to watch the movie to see what happens. So
Hello.
come pop out.
I need to
I'm
talk
sold.
to Alex.
You do need to talk to Alex. When you come, I'll try to introduce you to him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude.
All right, bet that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so okay. I got one more question.
Yeah.
For somebody who wants to get into acting, they may be starting off very young, or they could be very old. They could be older, and they're figuring out, okay, I want to go full throttle with this.
Yeah.
What would you advise them? How would you advise them to go about?
If nobody's hiring you, make your own stuff. They just want to see that you have a product. And if you figure out, or like you find that you're not getting the roles that you want, you can write your own scripts, or you can just, take classes and get better at your craft. Just never be complacent. I don't think it's ever too late for you to like achieve your dreams. Like, I don't plan on ever retiring from acting, but like I said, I've been doing this 9 years, and like right now is when stuff has started to kind of like, be on the exponential growth.
Easy.
Exactly, but like you just gotta keep going. It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes hard work. Like, there's rarely ever any overnight sensations. Like, I like to say it takes like 5 to 6 years to become an overnight sensation. So just keep working at it. Get some good headshots and learn how to be okay with hearing no.
And trust that 12-year-old that say they could take your headshots. Trust that.
Trust that 12-year-old. Trust yourself. Trust God. He got it.
Facts.
And you'll be all right.
Now, you said with the roles, how would one go about acquiring a role or to seek
A role? So
Yeah.
because like the industry is so interconnected to social media, you can literally go on Facebook Marketplace.
They do be having community.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Facebook Marketplace, or just like Facebook as a whole, Instagram,
They
like
have communities up there.
exactly.
So like Discords, Telegrams.
Yeah. You got to basically be your own agent. So just scour the internet. You can be like casting calls, insert your city here, and a bunch of them are going to pop up. Now, if you want to go the professional route, I recommend downloading like a casting app like Backstage or Actors Access, or just doing like background work so you can get some set experience and just be familiar with what it takes to be on a set. This is Atlanta, so there's always something filming.
Short films,
Indies. Or if you're scared of all of that, go to your nearest college, university, go to the film department and beg, and they'll figure it out.
Now, okay, I have my bad. It's my last one. You don't have to say who or what exact film or whatever it was, but has there ever been a time you've been on set and you're like, this is a little ghetto?
Oh yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh yeah.
They not even in it. Like,
he did.
Oh yeah. It was kind of like when I first started out acting, because it's a lot of like, indie stuff or like short student films, but it's part of the grind, man. It's part of the come up story. So you just got to be professional, take care of yourself, and don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. Nothing is worth like messing up your mental health or just like your health, period. So advocate for yourself and be professional. That's like my biggest tip. Even if it's ghetto. Yeah.
You know why he asking all these questions about acting, right?
You want to be an actor?
I didn't thought about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it, honestly.
I think you're in the perfect position. You're at the perfect age. Y'all got the look. You know what I mean? Like, be an actor. Yeah. No.
I always wanted to. But see, the thing. Well, I'm not gonna say the thing. I just would be so curious when a show would pop off and I've never seen or heard of the actor before, and I'm like, okay, let me do some research about this person. Where did they start? And I see, okay, they was in the film back in 2008, and they was a little bitty old baby, and now they just happen to. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
I feel like your early teens is like the best time to get started. I mean, you can start when you're young, but you have to be very careful about being in the industry that young, because I feel like kids are supposed to be kids, and if you're like the breadwinner of your family when you're 5, that might put a bit of a complex in your head. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, like, once you're established as a person and like you have your morals down, you know who you are somewhat, I think it'd be a good time to like delve into the acting world. For sure.
well, got my little confidence boost.
Look for your boy coming soon.
Man.
Coming soon. What
Coming soon?
Nah, I think I.
We was already in a little thing on YouTube. You go look it up.
Little thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
We was the rappers, remember?
Oh. Yeah, no, we're not looking at that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We was in a little short film. We was rappers and stuff. You know, our manager was doing some dirty under the table business, so you had to
Had to set him straight.
Yeah, we had to put that in check. You know.
I need that link.
Yeah, no. Oh. She need the
I don't
link.
got the link
bro.
no more. I really don't.
I find it.
This
I
guy.
I just don't got it. You wanna if you want, we can watch the short film I did for my class.
Do you have
do
it?
that.
How long is it?
It's like 9 minutes.
9 minutes. I'm
I
down.
mean, I'm pretty out the script real fast. So
Wait, you talking about the one you just did
yeah,
and you was acting in it?
yeah.
Oh shit, I ain't see it. I want to see it.
Let's see it.
You can pull it up. Exit out of this. Go to my logo icon. Yeah. And go to view your channel. On top of that. Yeah. Scroll down to manage videos. This is my backup YouTube, by the way.
Are auditions awkward?
And then it's unlucky.
It can be if you're not prepared, or if you just like don't have that confidence going in. Like, cause like I said, a cold read is like they give you the script right when you get there. So just like remember to take a deep breath, say a little prayer, it'll be all right.
Oh wow.
It's better to be prepared though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you ain't here naked.
That ain't me.
That was about to say that's not Kai.
Can you turn it up more? From the keyboard? Might have to turn it up from the keyboard. No, you... Yeah, that's cool. Y'all can hear it?
Mm-hmm.
That's your ex-friends. You're New York. Money sucks.
Ooh.
We have some major mistakes in this. As far as like the editing side, but
Bro, do you have a bottle in your hand?
yeah.
He's like, no, no drugs.
Hey, why you so weak?
That's you, twin? That's you?
I'm not no bad influence.
Okay. is actually shot really well.
This one is really rare costume.
Wait, what's that supposed to be?
What?
Lucky sock?
Lucky socks.
It's like you got a burn mark in it. I really believe you just woke up.
Cause
Yeah.
I was really asleep though.
Wow. First of all, I know what happened to me sucks. All I remember is trying to clean somebody named I live in a fucking apartment. Oh shit. Well,
Oh.
Oh, you was really acting.
So you cooked his socks?
Nah, I didn't put him in there. I just got him out. I actually did nothing to his socks. It was the girls. Supposed to be drunk.
I believe you.
Was you geeked?
I was drunk.
Ew. Is that cheese?
Oatmeal. It was supposed to be thawed.
For somebody who don't know how to act,
I'm
you
doing
acting.
It. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Usually people who can't commit to acting, they don't really like make those types of decisions when acting. Like if they're supposed to be drunk, they'll, I don't know, like it's like a character you're playing, like you're playing a proper character.
All right, you can pause it there. Yeah. So
Kai's acting debut.
acting debut.
That was pretty cool, bro.
I like it.
Your
I
do rag
like it.
was sliding back every. Nah, just playing.
I figured out by myself, like, I hate editing narrative pieces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hate editing that.
Oh yeah.
I'll do documentary pieces. I like editing documentary
Because the
pieces.
documentary is like basically what we're doing right here. It's like
Yep.
straight up, straightforward.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, that was cool though.
Hmm.
That was smooth.
That's what we've been working on.
Did all right.
I appreciate you showing it
Is
to
all
me.
right, bro?
Yeah, it was all right. It was cool. It's cool.
It's
You know,
straight or
I love
whatever.
to hate. You know, I love to
You
hate
hating all the
sometimes, but,
time.
You know, that was all right, bro. That was cool. That was nice.
But yeah, man, what would you say about that? Like if somebody was to show you that and be like, hey, can you check this out and give me some feedback, some tips?
On how you were acting?
Yeah.
I tell you exactly what I told you while we were watching it. I feel like for somebody who's never acted before or like you just don't consider yourself an actor, the choices and like decisions you were making were very committed. Like I feel like if somebody wasn't confident in how they were acting, they wouldn't do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you really committed to, I'm drunk right now, so I'm gonna like this. I don't know. I just like the decisions you were making. I liked it.
Yes. What would you say, bro?
It was all right, bro. It was cool.
That's all you gonna say.
You're alright.
That was cool.
Cool. It was chill.
I liked it. That's what I'm saying. Like
You can dress or whatever.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, you cool.
I could tell,
dress.
but
dress.
I could tell that you was locked in.
Yeah.
You took on the role. You know, the slightly friendly guy, trying to give him a little nudge to knock off the edge from school. Like,
Yeah.
come on, let's drink. I see it. I see the vision.
He fought with it, Chad.
Yeah,
He fought with
nah,
it.
He
I
see the vision.
I see the vision for sure.
You see the vision.
Nah, that was cool. That
Nah,
was cool.
man.
I like that.
we've reached the point in the episode where, you know, somebody might have clicked on this video because they seen you on the thumbnail smiling, cheesing overly. I was like, hey, that's Akira Jackson. I just watched her movie. Let me go watch this. Or maybe they was just like, the Almost Dropouts dropped another episode. Let's check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's something that you want the viewer to leave with? Like, they don't take nothing else away from the video. Leave with this. You made it all the way here. You need to leave with this.
Keep God in your life.
Ah.
And look out for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard. I'm gonna say.
That's real.
Man, what am I going to say? I'm trying to say something new. I want to say two things.
Okay.
I want to say two things. I want to say, one, mental health is important. So keep up with your mental
Facts.
health.
Facts.
Please prioritize that. And also prioritize your physical health. And we only get one body, so like you want to live and grow old, bro, and you want to look nice when you older. Prioritize your physical health as well. And I say this because I was playing football the other day, and I like to this day, like now I'm very sore, and I'm like, bro, I'm too young to be feeling so fragile.
Feeling crazy.
So I'm like, if I was a little bit more active and running around and stretching every day, and I wouldn't feel like this. So please prioritize your physical health.
Yes, stretching, very important.
Yes, it
very,
does
very,
not
very
feel good. Like I'm still sore. Like it does not feel good.
I was playing this game that my buddy Evan developed called Freesby in the park yesterday, and we had to workshop it a little bit, but I was just like, I haven't been to the park rolling around in the grass in so long. My entire body is like, I woke up like, you know what I mean? Like I was struggling, but it was really fun.
What is Freesby?
Freesby? You know, I couldn't tell you. It's like
I'm trying to think. Is it a
it's freeze tag and frisbee, but with dodgeball rules.
So no frisbee.
So you run,
There's a frisbee.
Oh, there is a frisbee.
You run away from the frisbee.
So
until
basically,
somebody throw it and hit you, and then when you get hit, you freeze.
yes. So and while the frisbee, when it falls on the ground, you are able to run. So like once it drops, you're able to run. Mm-hmm. And the goal is to get the other team out. So it's like dodgeball rules, but it's with a frisbee. But if you get hit, then you have to freeze. Yeah.
Man, that shit must hurt.
We played with like a floppy little frisbee,
okay.
but I feel like a foam would be more equipped for the challenge. Yeah.
You got to be here with it, chat. You got to be here.
You know, like you got to be locked in.
Yeah, not facts. How about
Evan patent that
message?
And maybe we'll get it figured out.
Your message.
Shout out to my dog Abe 2 times, man. We had a long conversation the other night, and one of the like takeaways from the conversation was stop trying to network up, you know, and network across. So with your peers, like Akira, she's an aspiring actor right now. Has she reached the peak of her career? No. Will she be reaching the peak of her career soon? Yes. Or have we reached the peak of our career? No.
Hope I'm not reaching my peak.
I'm not. Yeah, right. I hope you're not. You're not.
Nah.
I hope I'm not either.
I don't.
That'd be
think
tragic.
So. That would be insane.
That'd be tragic.
That would actually be insane. No, but I like what you said about networking across, like making friends. Like, because when you meet all of these like celebrities or people that you think have influence, you start acting like a fool. But you have to see them as your peers in order to make them your peers. You know what I mean?
Not even that, but not even pursuing them. Like the people you around are talented enough. If not, you wouldn't be around them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like y'all are in the same room, y'all are in the same spaces at the same parties.
Right.
They're just people.
So yeah, man, stop trying to network up. You know what I'm saying? Stop hitting that content creator that got 1 million followers up saying, hey man, can you help me out do this? Like, no. Like,
like
I'm pretty sure somebody that's closer to you can
do that same job.
Add more value. You know what I'm saying?
And you actually like working with them.
So yeah, that's my message, man. Stop networking down or up. Stop networking up and start networking across, you know, with your peers.
That's
real. Because at the end of the day, we going to be running the industry soon.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We going to be the ones that people like I find it real fun. I say it all the time, but like probably 20 years, in due time, like 20 years, we all going to be doing interviews one day, like separately. Mm-hmm. And they were like, so yeah, man, how was this and that and that and this? Oh, you know, we filmed the episode with Akira, and after that, Akira Jackson, like the A-list #1 on the call sheet?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, Akira, yeah. Oh, y'all go way back. Like, so I just
Go
find it
way
funny that
back,
everything
yeah.
connects, or it's going to connect like that to the point where it's going to be like, damn, like, they were all interconnected before they
I love
rose
seeing
to the
that.
top.
I love seeing that.
It's going to be lovely, man.
This makes me very grateful to be in a space in a position like this, because I know there's a lot of people that would love and would wish to be in the positions that we're in and have the contacts that we have. And
Very grateful.
so, yeah, you just got to be grateful for stuff like this.
Facts.
But, hey, man,
I needed this, guys.
another
We needed it
great
too.
I
episode.
really needed
'Cause I
this.
ain't been here.
Another great episode with the Almost
Real
Dropouts.
Whoa.
Shout out
I'm
to
glad I came when I did.
Paul. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell the people where to find you at again. One more time.
Yeah, you can find me at I am Akira J on everything. That's IMAKIRA-J.
Yep. Make sure y'all go
And
tap
go
in.
see It Ends.
Show love. Go see that. Please go see that. And yeah, we out.
Yeah. That was wonderful.
That was
How long was that?
awesome.